Hey, what's up? And it's been a while, hasn't it? So, this video I'm going to review the latest Spider-Man movie, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, if you're asking, wait a minute, your last video was about WrestleMania and what you wanted to see happen. How come you never did a recap of it? Don't ask. Just don't ask. Maybe I'll talk about one aspect of it later on as a different type of video. But anyways, yeah, don't ask about WrestleMania. I did enjoy Extreme Rules quite a bit. There were a couple of good matches, but other than that. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, this movie has gotten a lot of hate for some reason, or a few reasons I'll talk about. But I actually enjoyed it. I thought this movie was really good, and it doesn't deserve the hate it got. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's not as good as Spider-Man 2, and it's all corny and da 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 da." I never saw Spider-Man 2 in the second Tobey Maguire movie, but because of that, I will not judge it. I will not talk about the difference between the two of them. So this is just going to be about Amazing Spider-Man 2 as a standalone. So, what did I think of it? I thought Andrew Garfield did a good job again as Spider-Man. Peter Parker, there are some really good moments that he has. Emma Stone is a good actress. They have good chemistry on screen, you can tell. And their interactions I thought were really good. I enjoyed it, and I try not to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, so I'm not going to talk too much about plot and everything that goes down. Now, I don't know the name of the guy who plays Harry Osborn, so I can't give credit or talk badly about the man himself, but I thought his performance was okay. It's just that because they didn't do enough, I thought, to establish their friendship, it didn't mean as much as it would have if he were mentioned and talked about in the first movie, and then he comes back and everybody's really happy. But the way they did do it, and it was, I thought, pretty interesting, as that he was gone, they didn't see each other for so long, and it was almost like they even said, like a stranger. But you could see them trying to rekindle their friendship, and I thought that was pretty good, though I would have liked to have seen a little bit more before we get down to the main act of the movie, the third act, I should say. So I thought he did a pretty good job, but the person I really enjoyed in this movie was actually Jamie Foxx. I thought Jamie Foxx as Max Dillon, aka Electro, did a really good job in this movie. I thought he showed definitely a good acting ability, and if you've seen him in Collateral Damage like I did, or even Ray, I heard he was really good in that one, but I didn't see it, so I can't really judge. But Collateral, I did see him in. He's great in that movie, and in this movie, he's really good in it too. You really get the emotion from the character and how he feels. There is a theme I saw in this movie. I am not going to talk. You know what? Hold on. If you want to skip ahead, I'll motion you back like this. If you want to skip ahead, so you can go in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now the theme I saw was desperation. There's a lot of desperation in Max Dillon and in Harry Osborn, because Harry Osborn was desperate to try and find a cure for his shakes, and Max Dillon was just desperate for some sort of attention, like some sort of recognition. Hi Max, how you doing? And hey Max, happy birthday, how are you feeling? And that's why when Spider-Man just gives him acknowledgement, he becomes a super fan. And there was a lot of comparisons between him and the Riddler in Batman Forever, but I thought the way they were done were just different enough to distinguish the two of them, and I thought that Max Dillon's as Electro was a little bit better than Edward Nygma in Batman Forever. Didn't mean I didn't like Edward Nygma, but I thought Max Dillon's portrayal was better. Okay, you can come back now if you want. Okay, so this movie did what I hope that sequels do. It did things that I thought a good sequel should do. It answers questions gives a little bit more of a backstory. I really enjoyed the backstory actually. The mystery that we had from the first movie was expanded upon in the second movie. So it answered some questions and it asked new questions based on the information we've been given. And I enjoyed that. I thought it was good to do that, especially since this movie was setting up the next movie, possibly Amazing Spider-Man 3 or a Sinister Six movie, which I would be in favor of, because Spider-Man has one of the most diverse and interesting rogues galleries of basically any superhero in Marvel and probably in DC as well. So I'm hoping that we'll see that sort of thing down the road. And I'm not going to spoil what happened at the end, but there's definitely some seeds are planted for another movie. And this movie I thought was really good, and I thought that the portrayals of the characters were good. At times you hope for more, but it was kind of limited with how things are spread out. It didn't try to do too much, I thought, which is good. When you try to do too much, it ruins it. I thought they did just enough to try and establish the past, the present, and the future. And I liked it. I recommend seeing it if you haven't seen it already. Don't listen to the haters. That's why I have the Haters Club videos. So I'm gonna try and do some more videos as well soon. And that's about it for my review of Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm trying not to spoil it or ruin it for anybody if you haven't seen it yet. But do check it out. It's a good movie, and I think you'll enjoy it. The final act of the movie is really good, I thought. And there's definitely a lot of emotion throughout the entire movie. So until my next video, will probably be something different, not another review. And hopefully it won't be another month or two before I do it. So until then, later.